Hello and welcome back to Random Bike Space Camp. This is a video about how I film my trips. It's not a how-to video, it's a how-I video. I don't think that I have anything to teach anyone, but I have filmed over 300 videos for my own YouTube channel, so I have a little bit of experience. I've gone through some bad ways, mistakes, and learned from my own mistakes and looked at many other people's videos and tried to catch all the good bits and think I'm not going to do that. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll snap that one up. So this is just about how I do it. It's not an instructional video. You have to find your own way and find what you're comfortable with and how you like to do things. Just a video about how I do it. First of all, I'm going to talk about cameras. First, how many cameras? I use 3 cameras, and that's because I get more camera angles, I get variation in my films, and I buy them secondhand, so it's not too expensive. It's a very healthy second-hand market for action cameras. A lot of people buy them, think they're going to use them forever, take them on a holiday, never unpack them, and then sell them again. So if you want to have more than one camera, look online on classifieds and stuff like that, eBay and other websites where you can buy used things, and you will find that you can find a lot of very good prices for decent cameras. So I use 3 cameras. And why do I do that? Well, I get multiple angles, which makes the footage a little bit more interesting, or should I say less boring. If you're filming everything with the helmet cam, you will have this one angle either from the top here or the chin or side mounted, and that's the only angle you have. And if you have more angles, you will get more dynamic video, and it will just be a more enjoyable video to watch. So where do I put my cameras? I have one mounted on my helmet here. I used to have mounted on top, but now I have moved it down here. And one of the reasons is that I can see the screen, so I know when it's switched on and when it's switched off. I used to make the mistake that I would ride around with my camera switched on, and then something interesting happened. I thought I switched it on, but I actually switched it off. So here I can see the screen, and I can see if the camera is on or off. This camera I use for quick shots. If I see something really cool, I just switch this on very quickly, and I can switch it off very quickly. And I'm not riding around with it, just filming. I have one camera mounted here on the crash bar. This one is also one that I can switch on and switch off fairly quickly from riding position. If you have a nice set of curves, this is a good angle, I think. And I use this quite often, but I also move it around. Sometimes I put it on the lower part of the crash bar where I film my foot, filming backwards, which is to me quite a cool angle. I can get a gear shift in the video, which is quite cool, especially if you're starting and you can film when you're taking off by putting first gear in and then ride off. Sometimes I keep the camera here back on the top box. That means I get the road in front of me and I get me from behind with my back and hands on the handlebar. And if you have a curvy road, this is really cool when it's leaning into the curves and so on. I really like this angle. I have to switch the camera on and then start riding and then stop and switch it back off again. So this one I can use if I have a long set of many curves, and then I can edit the curves into the video here and there. Quite useful. Sometimes I have the camera on the handlebar, which means I can swivel it around. I can film in front of the bike along the road, or I can turn it around and film myself while I'm riding, so I get like a selfie on the bike. I also have a handheld camera down here in a holder that I made myself and put on the crash bar. With this camera I can film myself from the front or from the side and get a little bit of variation in the footage. And these clips I can edit in anywhere I want within that particular part of the road. Another thing I do is that I take my handheld camera, I stop the bike and I walk around and talk to it. This might feel a little bit strange the first couple of times you do it, just talking to a camera, but believe me, you get used to it. And it breaks up the video, so you don't get just the riding, you get a little bit of a break. You can stop at a petrol station, have a cup of coffee. You can stop at a rest stop where you have a nice vista, or a creek, or just a leg stretcher somewhere along the road. Very good tip to break up the video and get a little bit more dynamic footage. Another cool way to break up the riding in the video is to film yourself riding past. So you just go and set the camera up, you push record, you go back for a bit, turn around, come back again, ride past the camera, then of course you have to turn around again, come back and pick the camera up. Takes a little bit of time, but it's definitely worth it because it gives a really nice break in the riding of the video. What you will never see in my videos is just a straight road. There's always something in the clip. A cool tree, nice building, a bridge, anything, a curve in the road. Never a straight road. So for how long am I filming each clip? Well, if you film the entire trip, the entire ride, you will have loads of footage to go through when you come home. Your best editing tool is your index finger. You switch the camera on when there is something interesting, you switch it off when the interesting thing has passed. So that's how I do it. Remember, there is no right or wrong way to film a trip. You decide what's comfortable for you and what will be your style. How many cameras you use, or how many angles you use, everything is up to you. And as I said, this is how I do it, not how to do it. You find your own way. Most important, bring your camera out when you go riding. Do filming, get some footage and start working through it. It's fun and you might get a nice video to put up on YouTube. And there will never be too many riding videos on YouTube. And if you don't want to edit it, you can send it to me. I can edit it for you. You have my contact details in the description below this video. Contact me and we will work something out. So there we have it. That's my how I video about how I video film my trips. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.